The next step in making the altered book is to add some transfers. I have some images that were printed out and they're nice and fresh out of the printer to use for my transfer method. The images are appropriate to the theme of Dalmatians, and I have different sizes so that I can play around with different foregrounds and backgrounds and so forth. Sometimes I cut right up to the subject, and sometimes I allowed some of the background to be in there just to give some nice dimension to the altered book. The next step is to apply gel medium. I like to use a foam brush, and using both vertical and horizontal layers, we want to get a nice thick even film over the previous layer. It's okay to be generous with this material because either way you have to wait a long time for it to dry before removing the image. I'm also doing the spine of the book because some of those images are going to carry over onto the spine. I've already done the right side. I'm just going to give it one quick fresh layer, and I'm going to begin applying my images. Press it down, smooth from the center outward to get rid of any air bubbles. Before this dries, I'm going to apply all of the images that I intend on using in this piece. And again, you really want to make sure that you smooth things out. If you overlap, like I'm doing, the image that's really close to you, closest to you, is going to be the one that does not show up in the image transfer. The one that's making contact with the book underneath is the one that's going to actually show up in the transfer. Anywhere where there's an air bubble, you really want to make sure you work out that space, because if you leave an air bubble in the paper, it won't make contact with the book and that part won't transfer. You might like the look of a transfer that is only partial, especially if you're going to continue layering like I am, so I'm not too worried in some of the spots where there are air bubbles or if it's not going to transfer completely. I plan on drawing, I plan on adding more layers of imagery, so this is okay. Once you've pushed out all of those air bubbles, the next step is very, very simple. All you have to do is wait.